After the excellence of Catherine Redknall's performance in the final of the ladies' singles, what can we expect between Greg Harlow and Scott Edwards? Well, John Price and David Corkill will tell us.
Thank you, Rishi. Interesting challenge for Scott Edwards. He's a very good player. Plays a lot of qualifiers. Been to national singles before. Runner-up 2010, so he knows how to play in the big finals. And really, in terms of his career, this is like a big final.
Yeah, playing the world #1. Probably the favourite for the tournament at the moment, Greg, now with what's left in. But he's got nothing to lose, Scott, and he plays bowls like that. This is going to be a good tussle.
Yes, well, that's no disrespect to anyone else, but he is the world #1, so you would expect him to be the favourite at this stage. In fact, probably right from the beginning. Some big names already have gone home. Paul Foster, Alex Marshall, David Gurley, Andy Thompson.
Gap, please, for the shot.
Gap on the shot, 9 inches.
Thank you. And my ball, please.
2 feet short of jack high.
Very nearly made it.
1 red.
Left-hander. Wouldn't expect him to feel the pressure of this sort of game, except for the fact that he's playing Greg Harlow.
1 red.
My last ball, please.
Bowl, 2 feet gap.
My last ball.
Your last bowl, 15 inches short of jack high.
Well, again, very, very close. Just dropping away.
1 red.
Confirmed as 1 to red. On his forehand. Don't really know much about Scott Edwards with regards to his style of play, John. He's been through the qualifiers before, but not well known to us.
Oh, I know Scott a little. I've played against him in some other events, and he's normally a good drawing player. Doesn't really play a lot of big drives. Need to if you're drawing well, but
1 shot, Scott Edwards.
he's a capable player, so I'm settling you to the occasion.
Well, he's a very serious poker player. And he should be very cool under pressure.
Jack length 25.5 metres.
Two inches short of Jack high.
So really, Scott Edwards' reaction to this will be steady, 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 and see what happens.
Yeah, he's got to get a foothold in the game. He needs a decent start. Greg isn't quite at the top of his form at the start of this match. I'm sure he'll improve. It's like any game, you know, you've got to feel your way in a little bit, and Scott won't want to drop too many big counts in the game. Wants to keep it tight, stay in the match.
One red.
Scott Edwards beat Jonathan Ross in the first match, and well, Jonathan Ross was slipping down the rankings and he was in trouble. He really needed to get through that, and he's quite likely to drop out of the top 16 if he doesn't perform in the next event. Well, that's a handy ball, pushing the green one down.
One green.
Just made it there, Greg. Yeah, looking at the bottom end of that ranking list, there are a few players who are still in the tournament. Scott's one of them, Wayne Willgress as well, who could affect that list at some point.
Trying very hard with this. Little tap on the green, it might just fall out. Wrong side. This game's going to be quite slow, quite deliberate. All within the shot clock rules, of course, but you'll be seeing the clock running down to single figures quite a bit. .28 seconds on that delivery. Nope, could be. Just seemed to wiggle its way
Two
in.
shots, Greg Harlow.
Set score 1-2 after 2 ends. Jack length 27 metres.
Crowd stay in their seats after the final.
Yes, and there will be a little bit of disturbance on occasions, just as people come in after a comfort break, but generally speaking, the crowd has stayed there. They're very interested in this one, of course, because Greg works here and is very well known to people who visit Potter's Leisure Resort. I'm just not sure if Scott Edwards will have the firepower to keep Greg at bay.
Greg's wife, Kay, obviously is a big supporter, and she's normally in the auditorium, but I'm told, reliably told by Greg, that she's babysitting the granddaughter outside, Ava, 1-year-old, who's a little bit lively, I believe, David. So I can't think Kay will have much time to watch the bowls today.
1-year-olds can be. Quite often they've found their feet and exploring into every corner.
One red.
If you get a bit tired, and you can always hand the little one back.
Bend inside the red.
One red.
This is good for Scott if he runs. Just get inside. Yeah, he's played it well.
He's going to drop back. Well protected now. Crunch it, not quite. Good second though.
Yeah, that's where Greg is very good. Doesn't give too much away. Can't get the shot. Make sure he's got the second. He doesn't allow you to score heavily against him. Younger day, he'd play a bit more of a maverick game, run a lot of things. He's tightened up quite a bit, and he's been very successful on these televised events.
Yes, he was a flamboyant player in those days. He would take risks and chances. He's much more conservative over the last decade or so. He made a massive difference to the
set score 2-2 after 3
CB
ends.
with regards to tournament wins. And really, he's not the only one. People like Nicky Brett were a bit like that as well. He would come in and he would play the aggressive shots, maybe at the wrong time. And he steadied his game up. All of a sudden was running away with events. It's a learning process.
Jack length 25 metres.
And you'll see the very top players will be very measured about what way they play certain types of shots. Good correction. Look good other hand.
Gap on the shot is 2 inches.
Let's watch Greg on the mat here, John. He's that ball's just
3/4
dropped
of
down.
an inch.
So makes it a toucher. Greg's very, very deliberate now. Nothing hurried about it.
Playing the runner. Well, the good thing about that, he's cleared the short ball, opened the backhand side for him with the next ball. Scott's still in good position here. He's got options, he can play either side.
One of the very few left-handers in this tournament. Oh, he's played it well again.
Great ball.
2 touchers.
Could have put that in a better spot, centre of the rink.
Tough one to draw, so it might be worth popping into this again.
Oh, great strike. Cleaned the 2 reds away. Good on the forehand side, Greg normally doesn't miss too many.
Yes, he likes the forehand runner in particular. I've drawn twice. It's always harder to put it back again, John, isn't it, the 3rd time?
Yeah, but he's got good line and length. He's got a good feel on the carpet at the moment, Scott. Track doesn't look too bad if he's got the weight.
Favour red. Very close.
Yeah, we think it's just in as well. Did well to get that close, to be truthful. That's a hard shot to play for the 3rd time.
And Greg will revert to the draw shot. Well, he's not actually. He's running again. That did surprise me.
He's on the high side this time.
Did have the back bowls. Going for the jack or the bowl out.
Well, it was a good call, really, when you think about it. You know, jack through is worth 3 on the respot or in the ditch. Bowl out, probably could have taken it off the rink completely.
Yeah, I thought that Scott had another ball at the back end of the rink behind Greg's, but he didn't. It had gone off the rink, so it was a good call by Greg. They're playing for.
Yes, the Langham Glass Trophy, of course, and the title of World Professional Singles Champion.
One shot, Scott Edwards.
Set score, 3-2 after 4 ends. Jet length 23 metres.
How far is it over, please?
Umpire.
How far is it over, please?
Well, it's
On
obviously
the tee.
close.
How far is it over, please?
9 inches.
Oh, it's okay.
Thank you.
Has to be a minimum of 23 metres. This is going to be an interesting one, John, because a lot of people think the closer the jack to the mat, the easier it is. It is not easy. or you can contact us on hashtag BBC Bowls. And we've had a question, John, about the position of your thumb on the bowl and what difference it makes. And do you want to take that, or?
Yeah, I'm quite happy to take that, Dave. I mean, it depends. I mean, the traditional grips are a cradle grip or a claw grip. Now, the cradle, the thumb would be quite low at the side of the bowl. Whereas the claw, the thumb will be quite high on the bowl. We'll have a look at one of the guys now, I'm sure, when they play their bowls. That would be more of a cradle in the hand. The thumb with some bowlers is quite high. They use the grip that's on the side of the bowl and they put the thumb into the grip. Everybody's watched Andy Thompson. His thumb is quite high on the bowl when he delivers.
Oh, good effort. Just a little edge on it. Yes, some people actually put their thumb in the middle of the running surface as well, especially on the very fast greens. I think it gives them better control.
You can see Greg's thumb is quite high on the top of the bowl near the grip. Maybe more traditional claw grip. Comes down to personal comfort, though. What I would say to anybody listening in, you've got to, whatever feels good, if it works for you, it's consistent, and you have no problems in wobbling the bowl, and don't change it. Don't fix it if you don't need mending.
Well, that's just taking most of the coaches' work away from them for around the UK. Always useful advice, especially if you're just a beginner. A bit like the delivery in many ways. Just play your delivery. If it's comfortable, that's fine. And if it's effective, that's even better.
Three green.
Dropped in on the green ball.
One green.
Good save. Could have easily fallen in for shot then, but he'll be happy with that.
No, it's a recovery ball, isn't it? Best Greg can do now is 2. Yep, he's made it. Good grouping.
Two shots, Greg Harlow.
Yeah, good weight and line. Knew he just gets inside the red and drops back. Not good at that out in the spare shot, Greg. All counts at the end. You miss a couple of those and can cost you the set.
Jack, that's 28 metres.
The ladies' final was so fast, John. It really was. Irrespective of the scoreline, the game was played at a fast pace. Just makes this game look very slow when it's not really that slow. It's just probably close to normal.
Yeah, and both these players for different reasons. Make sure they take their time. There's no mistakes. We're getting into major stages of this Open Singles Championship. Stakes are high.
Just a slight correction. Very nearly made it.
Another good ball.
2 red.
Well, we might see that runner coming out again from Greg.
Yes, he's got one green, one well hidden in there, so it's probably worth it. Forehand runner. Bit of work to do.
Oh, he's taking his back ball away. Scott refusing the chance to go and draw another one. He's decided to play for position. Gives him the spot on that side. Greg was probably always going to draw with this fourth ball. Didn't have a back position.
He's a bit heavy. He's going to loosen up his own green one as well.
Purposeful march down the green from Scott Edwards. He sees the opportunity here.
Yep. Chance for a good 3 shots.
And he's taken it as well.
Has he ever?
Very good end, Scott Edwards.
3 shots, Scott Edwards.
Set score 6-4 after 6 ends.
Second round singles match. Back to 9 ends in the set. 2 sets. And then a 3-end tiebreak.
They waving at you, Dave?
They were talking to me outside.
Jack length 29.5 meters.
They said they were looking for the good-looking one, but we couldn't find Rishi. Second best again. Oh, well, there we go. I think they're down from Gloucestershire, they were saying.
Nice part of the world. Ah, Scott, now what's happened here? 3 good balls the last end and you played a loose one. Greg's only just past it. Give Scott another chance. Scott plays a lot of singles, open events on weekends. Singles play is different from anything else. If you play a lot of singles, you get in a groove. The tactics of singles as well is very important, so he'll be very comfortable out there. He doesn't want to play too many loose ends like this. He's got a 6-4 lead now, and he needs to capitalise on that.
So he'll be looking for a couple of singles, but 2 poor opening balls. I wouldn't expect Greg to make the mistake with the second delivery. Needs to pass it. Actually, I think that touch just took him away from the other green ball.
One green. One green.
I think he would have rested it.
Greg's in a good line in again.
2 green.
Hasn't filled it off. Still room there for Scott. He needs to find one, Scott. He's played a scrappy end here. Doesn't want to drop a 3-shot.
Mark Royal standing watching. Players have a tendency to go up into the green seats, as we call them. He's going to chuck through with this one. Yeah, as you say, John, it's a scrappy end, and especially after picking up a 3. Oh, I can see why he played that side. He had his own ball coming in. Greg's chance to take back the lead.
Didn't want to touch Greg. May have taken the front one out.
Yes, it's the one time when you didn't want to
2
lose
shots,
the
Greg
jack.
Harlow.
Set score 6-6 after 7 ends. Jack at 29.5 meters.
And mistake with the first ball this time for Greg. This is a big try as well if he gets back to the green. Doesn't want to drop it down. It's a little bit worse.
Yeah, he's a bit unlucky with that one. And Scott Edwards' balls are just a tiny bit less bias, a bit flatter than Greg's.
Gap on the shot bowl is 4 inches.
Well, he should be onto the other green one. Didn't get it out though.
2 green.
Overplayed it. Now he's in trouble.
He's playing very well up to the last end, Scott. He's just got a little bit loose. 2 feet, 2.5 feet is not good enough at this level indoors. Opportunity still there for Scott. Greg was short with that last ball, so he's giving him another go at this, and he's inside the line.
Yes, it's worried about the overcorrection, really. Yep, there it is. You know, 2 balls, a couple of feet through, and you try to take that off, and suddenly drop 4 or 5 feet. Another chance for Greg to close it down.
Just lost his way for a couple of ends here, and could prove fatal. Greg struggling with this.
Well, he needs, at the very least, second shot. Doesn't want to be looking for a double in the last end to try and share something.
Mark Dawes, interested spectator, already through to the quarter-final, man in form.
Yeah, he's playing well. Good player, Mark Dawes. Really good player.
Alan Scott needs an improvement on the last bowl.
Oh, he looks heavy.
He's just lost it completely, lost the
Wow.
pace of the green.
Well, 2 shots,
shots, Greg
scrappy
Harlow.
end. Greg would have been thinking to himself, I'll be lucky to pick up a single the way that was sitting.
Set score 6-8 after 8 ends. Jack length 28 metres.
Well, the last 2 ends have been a real bonus for Greg Harlow. He hasn't been brilliant. He's picked up 2 shots on both of those ends. Nice cushion going to the last now. What we expect to see from him. Good first ball. Alan Scott, can you get back to that early set form when you were playing some really good bowls with your first 2 deliveries? This is better, more positive.
One green.
Well, watch Scott here just delivering his ball and where he's looking and down the green. Quite often players use the little yellow marker at the sides of the green or the rink just to give themselves an idea where they want to place their ball. Others use the center marker. And some people don't use anything. Natural sighters, we call them. Years ago, it used to be where you put your bowls bag on the side of the green, John, on the bank, without anybody noticing, and that was your line for that hand. People got wise to it pretty quickly, but some tried it.
Tell you what, Dave, I've played with a few that just close their eyes and hope for the best.
That can work as well. Going to have to move that green ball. I'd like to do it with this one. Oh, underneath it. Yep, you miss that line, it will swing like mad. Now he's going over towards the respot position. He's got two there.
Well, looking at this end, I think Greg might just go to that respot position and cover the spot there. He could drop two shots if the jack was to be driven dead.
Absolutely. If we look what Greg will be looking for, there's the respot, the key one
call.
we're looking for
Greg
there.
has 4 timeouts remaining.
And that brings in the two red balls, of course, so if Greg can get something close to that, but ideally anything in this sort of area here would also be useful, just in case it springs across. You know, at the moment, Scott has to play an absolutely brilliant ball to rest the green out and stay for 2.
Yeah, Greg can cover both of those. I think he's decided, well, Greg gets the spot. It's really well played. Trundling through, that should be okay, though.
Yeah, that's good enough. He's in second position for the respot. And he's more or less forcing Scott into playing a very, very difficult shot, John.
Yeah, well, really looking at it now, I think it's a draw to the green. Just turn the green away and stay for 2. Can't get 2 on the respot now.
Well, it's not easy by any means. He's looking really just for a drift
Scott
onto
has
that.
4 timeouts remaining.
Ease the green ball if he can. Just through the head. Stay in its place for the double. I just, you could have a flash at it and hope for a fortunate result, but it doesn't look like it's possible at the moment. Everything seems to be covered. If he's cut this down underneath, he hasn't got a hope with it. Yeah, it had to be on just a draw shot.
1 shot
really,
in the
John.
first set. Greg Harlow.
Yes, pulled the line in, never gave it a chance. Okay, Harlow back in the hall to see the old man playing. Wonder where the granddaughter is. A strange set in the end. That one, it sort of fizzled out a little bit. Scott lost his form near the end, the last 3 ends. Greg just about got over the line.
Yes, it was almost like he just lost his line and weight. The number of balls,
Jack Lynch,
especially at the
28
start of the
metres.
head or the ends. First 2 balls seemed to go a bit wayward. Really can't afford to do that.
More like Scott we saw in the early stages of
Gap
that
is 3
first set.
inches on the shot hole.
Good close balls.
Timeout called.
I'm not on the timeout. Being instructed all the time. Both are delivered.
No timeout. Clock will be reset.
Yeah, Greg's asked for the clock to be reset. There was movement. He stopped twice on the mat, so he's down to 8 seconds.
Yes, just a little bit of front row activity, I think. And looks like he's pushed this one away, turned his back on it. Doesn't look that far away, but we'll see.
One red.
Gives him a very good shoulder with the next one.
Scott, you could, you're very good.
Looking for even one of those in the last 3 ends would have been good. Greg, wasting no time, going for the runner. The one the respot, he's going to be, well, probably 1 shot down, but not really matter. He's got another ball to come.
Yeah, it was a good strike. Nothing else he could do with that, really. Start again.
One green.
Respot position, and Scott will need to get close now. You know that Greg's more than capable of beating that side ball.
One red.
It's not bad.
Right out towards the boards then. Flirting with the edge.
Oh, he's good though.
He's very good.
One green.
That's a shot ball. Well, choices for Scott here to try and draw it or edge the ball away.
If he's got 2 seconds, drive it off. There's no discussion there, just to let Francis Fletcher know what the problem was up the other end. That's all.
Scott hasn't used a lot of weight in this game so far. He's very much just been drawing or the odd yard of weight, but he's got a chance to strike the green ball away.
If he's got 2 seconds, he's under no danger of taking them both away. So pluck the ball out, lift a couple. Don't try and keep your own ball in the head.
He's playing it.
Well, he's interested.
Oh, that.
Oh, has he got enough? It just needs to go over another time. Certainly for 1. Don't think it's enough for 2, though. We'll just check it out.
One shot, Scott Edwards. Scott has 3 timeouts remaining.
That was well played by Scott. It just shows that he can play that weighted ball, even though he prefers normally to draw, but he has got that in his locker.
Well, it was a good strike. Got the edge of the ball. That's good enough. I think the problem really for some of the players here, and last end with Greg, is that it's so quiet in the arena that whenever there is a disturbance, it really puts the players off. Now, if there's a constant background noise like there is in, say, Crown Green, for instance, don't even notice things then when people shout at you or say something. They just, it's a different type of game, that's all. There's been a discussion, argument about, not an argument, but certainly a thorough discussion about having some background music on, John, or some sort of thing like that. But then you're probably getting into a discussion about what music to use. So it's never an easy one. just something in the background. It doesn't have to be noisy. You've still got an opportunity to have discussions with the players. Nothing that would be, really disturbing. But
because we need a bit of terracing, Dave, like in the old days in the football.
Crown Green, Crown Green. That's the place.
Bring your pint in as well, and on your pie. Then we'd have a bit of noise in here, wouldn't we?
Good effort, really good effort. I think we're going to get a bit of noise later
on the
for
shot goal,
the evening
4.5
match.
inches.
So the gap for Scots is about 6?
Just over.
I have a feeling that Wayne Wilgris will be bringing down some support. But there's terracing actually at the Waterloo, Mark Auden's place. It's a great event, the Crown Waterloo, famous event. There's terracing there where they're all got their liquid refreshments and shouting at the players.
One green.
Well, Scott, draw away. A little touch in the red ball might just be enough to give him the #1. There's a clear road around it, but it's a narrow angle.
One green.
Hard way in. On his backhand. Possible, but the other side was wide open, John.
Yeah, he's at the moment, Scott needs to really do something a little different to try and get Greg under a bit more pressure. Greg will be quite happy to share ones at the early stages. Nearly made it 2 there.
One shot, Greg Harlow.
That really is the tactic with Greg, to keep in touch the first 4 or 5 ends and make a run on the last 3 or 4. And
1-1 after
that's what happened in the first set. Scott fell away. Scott needs to try and make Greg play a few more shots and put him under a bit more pressure. Never easy, easier said than done, but a little bit too comfortable at the moment.
Yes, he lost the last 3 ends of the set, 2-2 and a 1.
Jack length 25
Nice
metres.
6-4 position to lose it. 9-6.
Good second ball there, Greg.
That first ball, just can't leave it where it is. Can't just drop it down that 3 feet. No, it's now 2 short balls. And by the time he plays his third, Greg will be lying 3.
Yeah, Greg's switching onto the forehand. This is very deliberate because he knows he plays another good bowl here. He'll close out that side as well to Scott.
It's a closer number 1. Still open on that side, which is for Scott Edwards' backhand.
Well, that is really disappointing from Scott. He cannot afford at any level of bowls. Those 3 bowls are poor bowls. Can't afford to be down there.
No, at this level in particular, John, but at club level that would get punished.
Needs to bend into it. Doesn't want to leave a catch.
Well, that's exactly what he's done. He's left the shoulder to rest on. 3 good balls there. One 2 feet away, but the other 3 are quite adjacent to the jack. But it's a very soft 4 at the moment, John, simply because of the 3 short balls.
Yeah, we know Scott's more than capable of drawing this. I mean, he's just to compose himself now, clear his head.
I'm just looking, is he going to play this on the forehand for a front plant? He is. There is a plant coming in. If he gets through the gap, it's different. Well, took 1 away. I'm not sure about it, but the plant was there.
3 shots, Greg Harlow.
You see the 2 red balls. It was bringing 1 right into it. But bit of a, well, obviously wasn't confident to draw it, and that sends a message.
After 3 ends.
Yes. Everything would have needed to go right on that strike to get anything out of it. He did reduce it.
Jack led 28.5 metres.
Short balls. Just focus your mind to push through the next end. Not unusual, but better to have it there.
Time to swap sides again, Scott. Doesn't seem to be totally convinced. Just lost his way completely at the moment. And Greg's laying 2, but it's nothing very close. Not the best ball so far. And unless Scott gets back on his game here, it's not going to last very long. He's all over the park at the moment, Dave.
Yes, he is.
Well, he's running now. Needs a connection.
Oh, he's got a gap, has he? Two out there.
Got two away.
Well, you know, it's pretty good to take two away, but at 4-1, really needed that jack back to the red balls. I see this so often that it's just been like a drip of constant pressure from Greg, and as soon as Scott Edwards starts to loosen up, then the shots start appearing.
Yeah, I think really it's more a case of Scott losing his line and length a little bit. Greg's been playing okay, but hasn't been peppering it. Oh, that's a looser one from Greg, and will he go for the ball?
Well, after a drive, you'd be
One
tempted to, but it's not an easy draw. He could play controlled weight to it, try and pick up the jack or push the ball out. You know, it's a good option there, because at least if he plays controlled weight, he will get back to the jack.
Yeah, he's playing the ball or the jack. Jack would be good.
Close this time. Oh, I don't believe it. Oh dear, oh dear. That actually might cost him another one. That is an absolute shocker.
One shot, Greg Harlow.
It's just the one, but it's a shocking result.
Set score 1-5 after 4 ends.
Well, whenever a game's just going slightly against you, John, that's the sort of thing that happens.
Yeah, well, he's played those weighted bowls because he wasn't drawing particularly well, and he needed a bit of luck then. He was on the target. He couldn't have played it much better. But I suppose it comes down, at the end of the day, bowls in the end, isn't it? Bowls in the head win you matches, and he hasn't put enough bowls in the head over the last 5 or 6 ends. And it's drifting away quickly.
At the moment, this game's been a lot more comfortable for Greg Harlow than his first round match was against Martin Puckett, who played so well. It was a brilliant game of bowls.
Very good by Greg.
Yes, making sure he was arriving to the ball. Tucked in behind it. Oh, is he going again early?
Yes, he is. He's going for the bowls. He's very close to. Well, cleared everything.
It looks like it's going off the rink, but they'll have to check it. It's very close to staying on. Confirmed as being out, goes onto the respot.
One green.
Good strike, wasn't easy.
No, it was a good hit. I think he's decided to be aggressive because he is struggling on his draw, particularly on the shorter length jacks now. You can't blame him for that. Trouble is, Greg is getting a free rein now. He's just drawing away. It's really like a practice session. No real pressure on him to get that close. That's what you find when there's no pressure. You land there, don't you, Dave?
Well, you do. You know, when you're under pressure and things aren't going well, you end up know, 2 feet jack high or something and give your opponent a chance. But interesting to see if he goes again at this.
Going again.
Goodness me.
Very close again as well. Well, that's got off the other side. He'll get shot on the respot.
This is Pinball Wizard, isn't it? Oh, dear me. Pinball Wizard all over the rink. The only way he could really get the shot was to push it over that side.
He's got a sense of humour. He's having a laugh at that anyway, but I'm not sure Greg's laughing.
No, but it wasn't really the right shot to play.
Now then, Greg, let's see if you can do it off the other side.
Just
One
waiting
red.
for all the debris to be moved out of the way and sorted out.
Marker needs danger money at the moment, where that jack's flying around.
Well, the thing is that as soon as he says it's 1 green or 1 red, that's the shot clock starts. So the player can take their time.
Well, not quite as accurate with that one. Little chance for Scott.
1 red.
Still 1 red. That was a loose one. This is a brilliant chance for a double.
Yeah, well done, Scott. That's more like it on the draw. Well, he's done well, really. Up against it there, some good
2
firing
Scott
shots.
Edwards.
He's recovered.
Set score 3-5 after 5 ends.
That brings him back into contention. 4 ends to go. A bit of explanation going on there. He hit this jack and moved the ball and it all ping-balled all over the place. There you go, you see.
Jack length 26.5 metres.
There we are. Scott's back in the groove. Loosened his arm with those running balls.
First time he gets a decent ball around there and Greg eases him off.
Yeah, Greg sort of played himself into a very decent line and length at the moment now. He's got the bit between his teeth and you can see the finishing line. Scott on a good line again, just needs a drop to the green. Will he get back?
He's backed up that first ball with a very good second one.
Yeah, certainly just up in it now. Getting a really good line and length, putting a lot of close balls in.
He's just doing enough at times, isn't he, just to keep that distance, to keep that gap.
You know, he's played well, Greg, during the game. Good strike again.
Yep, out into the open. That'll go on the respot. Plenty of room all around it. Only problem for Scott Edwards this end, he doesn't have the last ball. But I think he's decided that he needs to be aggressive in this match, and he's made that decision on the basis that his drawing has gone off a little bit.
Yeah, and even when he's played a good one now, he's getting beaten to the punch, if you like, by Greg. He's decided to go aggressive, and probably that's the way it's going to be now for the rest of the match. Well, he gets close with this, he's in trouble, Scott.
It's not bad, but it's beatable. A decent ball there.
Got a toucher in the ditch as well, Scott.
In fact, if he takes the ball off, he'll lie 2. But the problem with that is he's leaving Greg so much room.
He's a poker player.
I don't think he'll gamble on this one.
No. Just a draw. Good line. All about weight, Scott.
Just needs to hurry a little bit.
So only
1 green.
That's interesting. Craig's opted to go on the forehand, which I assume is to come outside the short balls that are well down the rink. He's playing very safe here. Doesn't want to give anything away.
Yes, he's just letting the balls drift in on the bias. So looking for a good length.
This is the tourist route then, isn't it? The long way around there. Never looked like getting
Greg
back.
Harlow.
I'm sure there's a movie called that. Long way around.
Set score 3-6 after 6 ends.
It's, I think there's a movie called A Long Goodbye, and that's it is for Scott at the moment. I think he's really struggling to get back into this now.
Yes, this keeps going the way it's going at the moment. He'll be setting the sat-nav to go home.
Greg Matt well up the green again, and this has proved fruitful for him. The different length has really worked well. Yes, really up in it now, Greg.
Well, line 1 shot, and the next one just
Shot
behind.
ball,
That's
6 inches past Jack High.
very good stuff. You know, we've got a receiving position right away and a good single.
Still under it. Here's another.
It's right in front of it as well. This could be over very quickly, this match.
I think he's got a hit now again, Scott. Hope for a connection. If he gets it out to the right-hand side, he's got the spot.
Well, you know, it's single ball target again, John. Misses the front one, he takes the other one out, but these are all pressure strikes that he's been asked to make.
Played it well again. Oh, he's very unlucky in a way that Jack's Thought the jack might have bounced and gone sideways. It's gone all the way through.
Yes, he needed it out on the respot, didn't he? He had 2 balls waiting out there, but it's in the ditch.
One green.
Greg lies the shot. It is a distance away. It's some 7.5 feet away, but he'll draw a lot closer with this one. Well, it is a shot, but it's definitely beatable. The trouble is, to beat it, he has to flirt with going into the ditch.
Oh, he's got a couple of feet, hasn't he? It's never going to be easy when you're down on the board and shots against.
And you've just had a running ball.
Exactly, and you're trying to feel for the weight a little bit as well on this length. He's popped it out on a high line.
Has he got enough weight on this?
Oh, nowhere near it.
Oh dear, oh dear. He's not even saving the second, I don't think. Goodness me.
One shot, Greg Harlow.
Well, he did say he saved the second in the end, but it was a very, very conservative effort.
Set score 3-7 after 7 ends.
1 shot to Greg Harlow, and he's through to the quarterfinals. Equidistant measure, and he's also through.
Jack length 28 meters.
Greg a little loose for the first ball for the first time in a few ends, and it's a chance for Scott. That's good. Well done, Scott. Taking advantage of that. Needed it. No mistakes.
Yeah, he's made it.
Good effort. He needed to be there, and he may turn the bowl of the jack, so he's gone to a good spot there.
Yep, I can't blame him playing that sort of weight, because there's no point in just trying to draw it off. Get the bowl clean, or at least bring the jack out into the open.
Trying to split the two reds. It's the wrong side.
One green.
Won't help him there. It's a similar bowl for Scott, really. Arriving on the jack or the bowl.
Well, he's going stronger. Well, he's in the area. Oh, got his own ball. That's not a good result. He could easily have taken that ball, just spun onto the jack after it.
Yeah, it was a good hit. The problem is, with that sort of weight, you're leaving so much space for Greg to draw another one into.
I'm not even sure who's lying at the moment.
Only
red.
problem here for Greg, it depends who shot. To the right of the jack, there's a possibility Scott pulled that jack. He could make
Timeout
3 or
call.
4 or reds. It's a
Greg
difficult
has 3
shot.
timeouts remaining.
Just wonder whether Greg might just cover that instead of playing for another close ball.
Well, I think it's 1 red. So he doesn't really want to cover something if he's 1 shot down, John.
No, if he was holding, it might be different. If he's 1 down, he'll try and draw a shot.
He'll want to draw a shot and get the game over.
Mm.
You know, I don't think he'll go covering something that may or may not happen, but he could do it on the forehand, absolutely. You know, he's moving in the forehand direction, so draw the shot, and if he misses it, he gets into a cover position.
Nice line in.
Looks good enough.
One green.
Match lie.
Well, it's a simple one for Scott. Does he draw for 1, or does he try to play the trail, moving it, what, a couple of meters to get a 3 or a 4?
1's not enough. 4 down in the last
Timeout
end.
called.
Well,
Scott has 2 timeouts remaining.
just isn't going to happen. So I think he really should just take a risk. Try and trail the jack back. If you miss it, shake hands. But if you get it, you're in with a real chance.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I think half an opportunity. It's not even really a half chance, but it is possible if he got it solid, the jack, and run it through. Difficulty here, he's got to control the weight as well. He can't just drive at the jack. He's got to be just pulled, what, 6, 7 feet? Well, he's playing it. He's giving it a go, but he's inside the line.
Yes, that's going to go unless he gets the back end of the green one. Oh, the wrong green
2
one.
shots, second set, and the match. Greg Harlow.
Well, it was a fairly straightforward game for Greg Harlow in the end. It was Scott Edwards really did put some pressure on him until the 7th end in the first set. He lost a double and another double on the 8th and a single on the 9th, and it was really Greg Harlow after that as well. Took control of the second set, and in the end won 6 ends against 2. So Greg Harlow 9-6 and then 9-3. So it was a crowd get up and leave the arena, but as we look at Scott Edwards coming on, we thought this might be a bit of a challenge for Greg Harlow, but he was in good form, dropping one in there in the 5th end to go 4-3 in front, and Scott Edwards got a treble in the next end. But a couple of ends later, Greg Harlow goal just dropped in for 2 here, and that gave him an 8-6 situation, and then he moved ahead with a 3 the next end. Unlucky in that one, and in the end lost a shot. Yes, it was a shocker, wasn't it? And he just offline with his last ball in the last end. Greg Harlow makes his way to the quarter-final, and rightly so.